Sairam everyone, welcome back to history class, and I'm here again with revision of chapter 2 history, that is socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. Now you have seen this lesson is divided into two parts, that is socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. But both these parts are related to each other. Okay. But let's begin with the first part, that is socialism in Europe. And under this topic, we are going to take the main topic, the first topic of this, that is the age of social change. Now, in lesson number 1, French Revolution. Hope so you all remember this lesson. Okay. French Revolution, actually made it possible to bring change in society. Am I right? From French Revolution, we got the ideas of liberty, equality, and democratic rights. These are the core ideas that we got from French Revolution. People all over the world got inspired and provoked too. It motivated the society to adopt them. These ideas of French Revolution created a possibility of change in society, right? Children, after this French Revolution, many changes took place in Europe and also in Asia. Many changes were seen in these two continents especially. But when I say changes took place, some were positive, good changes. But all did not all, you can say. Not everyone wanted to bring about change in society. Not everyone was in favor of transformation of society. No, not all. People had different opinions. The ideas of change varied all over the Europe. See, all were not ready for the change. And those who were ready for change, but their ideas to bring about this change were different. They wanted to bring these changes in different ways. They had their own ideas about it. Some wanted a gradual, slow change, but some wanted change radically, that is, changes overnight. They wanted changes very fast to take place in society. Children, there were different political traditions, like the liberals, radicals, and conservatives. That is different, thinking about the change that is to be brought about in the society. They played a very important role in influencing change in Europe and also in Asia. Now, we will begin with liberals. Let us talk about this liberals. They wanted a change. Liberals wanted a change in society. But how? First thing that they wanted is equality among religions. All religions should be tolerated. They opposed the uncontrolled powers of dynastic rulers. They believed that individual rights should be protected against this government. That is, protection of individuals against the ruler who enjoys all powers and at times misuses his power. Why I am saying misuses his power? Because a king, a monarch may be very efficient, capable of ruling the country, to administer the country. But his son may not have that skill, may not have political skill to handle the situation, to solve these problems, to find solution. Okay? Now, this liberals, they wanted a representative, elected parliamentary government. Okay? They were against the hereditary rule of the kings. They supported judiciary, which they thought must be trained and independent. They should not be under any autocrats, judiciaries. But they were not democratic. What is democratic? Why it is not called they were not called as democrats? Why? Very simple. What happens in a democratic country? We see that all the individuals, all the people get equal political rights, right? So, they were not democratics because they did not believe in universal adult franchise. Means what? They wanted only the men with property should have right to cast their vote. Not to all people. Only the rich people who own property should be allowed to cast the vote. We can say that they are democrats. No, we can't say they are Democrats. We can't. Because in a democratic country, universal adult franchise is always there. That is, all the people are given political rights, equal opportunity to cast their vote. Am I right? Do you agree with me? They did not wanted. Not only they did not want that the people who did not have property, the men who did not have property, were not allowed to vote, should not be allowed to vote. Also, they wanted that the women should not given right to vote. This means that they did not believe in universal adult franchise. Am I right? Radicals. Now, let us see who were these radicals. Even these radicals, like the liberals, wanted a change in the society. But they have different views, different opinions. Radicals wanted a government which was based on majority. When I say majority means everyone will get voting rights. Not like the liberals, where the government was to be elected only by the rich property holders or landlords. Right now? Radicals also supported women's suffragette movements. What are this suffragette movement? It is a movement of women to get voting, or you can say political rights. Women were not given any political rights, right? So they started suffragette movement, which was supported by the radicals, because they believed that everyone should get voting rights. These radicals, they opposed the privileges of landlords or landowners and wealthy factory owners, because they disliked the concentration of property in hands of few people, because this was creating a disparity in the society, division between the rich and the poor. They wanted a radical change very fast. They want a quick change in the society. Here you can see women. This is the suffragette movement of the women's. Let's talk about conservatives. They were the group of ruling class or persons in power. That is the king, the monarchs. And this kings, this ruler, this monarch, who initially opposed the change, they were against this change. Just think of, will they be happy if all their powers are taken away? Okay, will they be happy or if the powers are taken away from them or remove them from the power, from the kingship? No, they won't be happy or readily give away their powers. So initially, they opposed the change. But after French Revolution, they were ready for change because they understood that the change was inevitable. People wanted change in society. It is just not possible to stop the people now. So even the conservatives were now ready for change. Like the liberals and radicals, they were also ready for change. But these conservatives, they believed that, they wanted that their past had to be respected. They were the rulers. People cannot just throw them away. They should respect these people, these rulers. And the changes had to be brought about through a slow process. Okay, all these different ideas, children, played a very important role in world politics and influenced it after the French Revolution, because people were inspired after French Revolution. They got different ideas. Now we will move on to a new topic, and that is industrial society and social change. Industrial Revolution had two sides. One, it brought prosperity and change in the society. But the other side is, it was the reason for many problems that erupted in European society. Actually, these industries gave employment to all. This is a positive side, right? Something good was happening. Everyone was getting job. Men, women, children, all were employed. They got the jobs. The workers were exploited. Now this is the negative side of industries. Okay, these workers were made to work for long hours. And they were paid very less. These workers were paid less wages, poor wages. There was at times unemployment. When the demand for the good in the market was less, okay, that time they had unemployment. Demand for this industrial goods was less in the market. The owner of the industries removed the workers, and again they became jobless. Also, their cities were now crowded. These industrial cities were crowded because people were coming in and getting jobs in industries. Because of this overcrowded population, what happened was, there was a new problem of housing and sanitation in the cities. So we can say that industries also gave way to different problems in the society. We saw different problems faced in the cities, industrial cities. How the workers were exploited. They were made to work for long hours, paid less wages. At times they were unemployed. There was housing problem. There was sanitation problem. And because of all these problems, liberals and radicals wanted a change. They wanted to change the society. But the problem was that even some of the radicals and the liberals said they wanted a change. But some liberals and radicals were also factory owners. They were property owners. They were also employers. Now that they thought, if the changes are not brought in the society, then the situation would become worse. it would be difficult to get educated and healthy workers for them. And they believed that this educated and healthy population would bring greater profits to these radicals and liberals who were the owners of property or factory or also employers. Children, we know that these radicals and liberals, they were the factory owners and also employers. Okay, but they could not bring change in the society. And the reason was old aristocracy, the monarchs, and the conservative regime that was established in Europe after 1815. Even radicals and liberals had restrictions, had to follow this aristocrats and work under the old regime. Now, who are this old regime? Okay, what happened after 1815? I'll tell you. See, we studied French Revolution, right? These conservatives, that is the monarchs, came back to power, became the ruler in France, right? See, France from 1804 to 1815 was ruled by Napoleon, right? But he lost. He lost in the year 1815 and he was defeated by the monarchs. Right now? So monarchs are back again. This defeat of Napoleon had great influence in Europe. Monarchs again restored their powers. They were the ones who were the biggest obstacle in the path of the radicals and the liberals. We all know these monarchs, these conservatives did not want change. Revolutionaries from France, from Italy and Germany and even in Russia, they all worked to overthrow these monarchs again. They were the ones who wanted change. Okay? They talked about nations. They were called as nationalists. They also talked about equality among citizens, which was not possible under the monarchs. Right now? He is Giuseppe Mazzini. He was an Italian nationalist. He was the one who started uniting people through his writings, through his books. He inspired the people. He forwarded his message to the people through his writings. My dear children, I'll stop over here with my revision. But, wait. Let me remind you about your project. Okay? Can you recollect? This project was given to you, disaster management, in the month of May. Hope so. Everyone has done their project. I'm sure you must have done it. Oh, for all those who have not completed the project or not even started, please start working on it. You have to keep this project ready on or before 18th of this month. You have to keep it ready because you have to submit this project. We will be sending you one email ID. Listen to me carefully. We will be sending you one email ID. You have to make PDF of this project and forward it. We will let you know about the date later. But right now, you have to see to it that you're completing your project on or before 18. I'll stop here. Thank you. Take care. Do study. Do your project. Bye.